Imagine the terror of a night sky suddenly lit up by the fiery trails of incoming missiles, a scenario that recently became a reality for US soldiers stationed at the Al-Assad airbase in western Iraq. In the stillness of the night, Iran-backed militants launched a brutal attack, releasing multiple rockets and ballistic missiles aimed directly at the base. As these deadly projectiles hurtled through the sky, the US Central Command jumped into action. They reported that the base's air defense systems intercepted most of the missiles. This quick response undoubtedly saved lives and minimized damage. But even as their systems worked tirelessly to neutralize the airborne threats, the situation on the ground was rapidly evolving. Damage assessments were initiated immediately, revealing the true scale of the impact. In the aftermath of the attack, several US soldiers were left grappling with more than just the immediate shock and fear. The dust may have settled, but for many US soldiers, the real battle was just beginning. In the aftermath of the missile attack, several US soldiers found themselves grappling with injuries. Among these were not just the visible wounds, but also the more insidious ones, the traumatic brain injuries. Often caused by a blow or jolt to the head, these injuries disrupt the normal function of the brain. They range from mild concussions to severe forms that can lead to long-term complications or even death. The soldiers afflicted by these injuries are currently undergoing evaluation. But what does this mean? Well, it involves a series of tests and observations to determine the severity of the injury. As part of this process, the medical team will assess cognitive functions such as memory and attention, physical capabilities like strength and coordination, and emotional well-being. The potential long-term impacts of traumatic brain injuries are daunting. They can lead to physical and mental health issues that last a lifetime. These include recurring headaches, difficulty with concentration, memory problems, mood swings, and even more serious conditions like post-traumatic stress disorder. But it wasn't just the US soldiers who bore the brunt of this attack. At least one Iraqi service member was also wounded. This highlights the fact that the ripple effects of such conflicts often extend beyond the immediate parties involved, affecting individuals and communities in ways that are far-reaching and profound. These injuries, often invisible to the naked eye, serve as a stark reminder of the hidden costs of conflict. This attack did not occur in a vacuum, but is part of a larger, more complicated geopolitical landscape. The United States and Iran-backed militants have been locked in a conflict that's been simmering for some time now. Just recently, the US had to conduct airstrikes against a Houthi anti-ship missile that was primed and ready to launch into the Gulf of Aden. This is just one among many instances of the US having to take defensive action in response to threats from these militant groups. And let's not forget about the strikes carried out across Yemen, hitting 14 Houthi targets. These actions were taken amid ongoing attacks by Houthis in the Red Sea, causing major disruptions to vital trade routes. The Houthis justify their actions by pointing to the alleged genocide in Gaza by Israel, leading to the death of thousands of Palestinians. In response to these missile threats against merchant vessels and US Navy ships in the Red Sea, the United States has maintained its stance on the need for self-defense. However, this cycle of attack and retaliation seems to be escalating, raising crucial questions about the future of this region. As the world watches, the question remains, what will be the long-term impact of these escalating tensions? In the world of military conflict, there are no winners, only survivors. A sobering reminder as we reflect on the recent attack on Al-Assad airbase, a stark demonstration of the lethal dangers soldiers face in modern warfare. Our brave servicemen and women were left grappling with the aftermath. Traumatic brain injuries that may cause recurring headaches and PTSD-related symptoms for the rest of their lives. This incident not only underscores the escalating tensions in the geopolitical landscape, but also the urgent need for advanced techniques to prevent and treat such injuries. As we've seen, wars against near-peer adversaries involve heavier and longer-range weaponry, increasing the likelihood of such injuries. The battlefield has evolved, and so too must our approach to military medical care. The Al-Assad attack is a potent reminder of the complex threats our forces face, from the proliferation of small and medium-sized drones to the far-reaching capabilities of near-peer adversaries. As we continue to grapple with the realities of modern warfare, it's clear that the true cost of conflict extends far beyond the battlefield.